For a tiny kitchen, appliances are a huge burden, so picking the right ones to suit your lifestyle is crucial. We live in a 700 square foot one bedroom apartment, a mere 7% of which is our kitchen. Here are our top 5 appliances, judged on price point, overall usage, and countertop real estate value. Kicking off the list at number 5 is the Cuisinart bread maker. The pros are numerous with this one. It's similar to a slow cooker in that you set this baby up and leave it for the most part. It can make any basic loaf, white, wheat, rye, so no more buying loaves full of preservatives. It also comes with this handy dandy recipe book, and overall is super fun to watch work. In terms of cons, this machine is big and can easily take up an entire workstation in a tiny kitchen. You are also restricted to the machine's loaf size, shape, and other settings. The number of functions and order of operations is intimidating at first, and with a rather large price tag, coming in anywhere between $160 to $350, it is not a quick buy, but it could be worth the investment if you're looking to move towards making your basic breads exclusively at home. With these pros and cons in mind, I rated the bread maker as number 5 because you can technically do everything the bread maker does by hand if you're tight on kitchen space. Of course, it'll take longer and it'll be less leave it and go, but for the space saving, it makes more sense to own a medium-sized pot for the jam making portion and use your own elbow grease for the dough making if you already have an oven range and normal baking pans. However, there is something magical about a tiny paddle somehow kneading and making bread all on its own. It is not always reliable in the sense that you do have to sometimes scrape down the flour as it's kneading, ensure there are no dry patches. There are timed beeps, so you have to make sure that you take the paddle out. But it is honestly a super fun appliance. Shockingly, number 4 is the KitchenAid stand mixer. Don't get me wrong, this is one of my favorite appliances, but it definitely has its place for a reason. Let's start with the pros. This machine is powerful. Mine is a 7-quart Pro line, which is one step above the Artisan brand you see in most baking and cooking shows. So it has volume in addition to RPMs. It comes with 3 attachments, whisk, dough hook, and paddle, as well as a plastic protector. For cons, I'd say this one is heavy. The shape makes it awkward to move at times, and to store. The height is taller than most appliances, so it won't fit on a standard shelf. And in addition, it has about 1 million attachment options for meat grinding, pasta making, etc. The price tag is a big oof too, at $500. The Artisan model is around $280. The stand mixer is truly for the home baker. So again, if you're on a budget and space is tight, Hey, wait a second. Did I never take the plastic off? Oh my god, I didn't take the plastic off. Well, that's very satisfying. Happy birthday to me. It's so Asian. Anyway, unless you're going to be baking every day or this is your hobby, it doesn't make sense to own one. I appreciate having one because I cannot knead dough with my hands for extended periods, so I rely on the machine to do the work for me. Honestly, I thought of this as being many birthday and Christmas presents to myself. It certainly proved its worth during the Chicago's Best Baker competition, but if you're not looking to do a ton of baking, would not really recommend. Tricked you. Number 3 is both the Instant Pot Duo and the original Crock-Pot. Hey, that's cheating. Too bad it's my video. Pros, these machines provide a little bit more flexibility, cooking fast or slow depending on your desire. The stainless steel pot makes the Instant Pot easy to clean, and the size is comparable. For cons, the Instant Pot is pretty terrifying to use at first. The steamer rack is too short-legged, so good luck if you're trying to make rice for a whole family and also steam something on top of that rice. The options have a little bit of a learning curve, but they do give you booklets and guides to go with it, so it's a little bit of a toss-up. Before we got an Instant Pot, Robert had his family's OG crock pot, which has done quite nicely. We use it mostly for making jok, soups, stews, but unlike the Instant Pot, it really doesn't get up to temperature. So if we really had to replace it with the Instant Pot, we could. However, sometimes I like using both at the same time. We got the Instant Pot Duo as a present to replace our rice cooker. So when it comes to actually testing out all the uses and the functions for the Instant Pot, I admittedly have not done so yet. I don't know if I am daring enough to do the yogurt function, but there is one. At $60 to $80, this is very affordable in my opinion. If you don't have a rice cooker or a crock pot or are looking to consolidate appliances, it really makes sense to get one of these. If frying is your thing, you may also want to consider the Instant Pot Duo Crisp. I heard that one is fantastic, but it really doesn't take up too much space, and based on its size, it's pretty decent to store on a regular shelf. So this is definitely a win. When we're talking about usage level, the food processor comes in at number 2. Although it has more components, it is more compact in size. The pros: it is great for starting dough if you don't have a stand mixer. Of course, the large barrel makes it great for chopping up a massive amount of things, and the price range is very reasonable. You can get a basic one around $30 or a super fancy one at around $200. For cons, it's too big for a lot of things. I honestly wish we had a bullet blender or chopper at times. It can be uneven with the chopping because it's so big, and annoying to clean with all the tight spaces and the ridges. As one of our first appliances, this food processor has really seen some use. We've made smoothies, chopped veggies, done countless pie doughs, more. It's super useful despite being fiddly with all the parts. Also, we rarely ever use this thingy. What do you call this? Is it a plunger? I don't know, it's weird. Finally, coming in at number 1 is the microwave. So special I didn't even move it from its throne atop the fridge for this video. What a wonderful machine. It reheats forgotten cups of tea, defrosts. It's so convenient, and also relatively affordable nowadays. We're talking like $50 to $250. It's pretty much the best. Although there are a few cons, it does have to occupy space, especially for us, given that it's an everyday item, hence why it's atop the fridge and not taking up one of my 3 countertops. Also, we had to rig it to a power strip, which is just ridiculous. Some people say it's not healthy for you, but we use this every day. Because I do a lot of meal prep, we use the microwave to reheat leftovers, and I honestly can't imagine us living without this amazing appliance. And there you have it, the top 5 appliances we use in our kitchen. Hope you had fun taking a peek inside. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. See you soon.